Switched up on my friends for you. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? What you calling the back? So I can tell you that you ain't shit. And how my love is the illest, baby. You just lost the realest, baby. And I know you're gonna miss this. But I won't let you drive me crazy. Leave me on and keep me waiting. Oh, I want to be ready, oh. I want to just call you and tell you that you are and tell me to let me go. She broke my heart, so I'm sitting and thinking of what I can do to you. I know what goes around comes around, but that ain't enough. Oh no, you broke my heart. I just wanna hurt you bad. I just wanna hurt you bad. You let me start. I just wanna hurt you bad. I just wanna hurt you bad. You let me on. I just wanna hurt you bad. I just wanna hurt you bad. Wasting my time. I just wanna hurt you. I just wanna make you feel alright. Make you feel alright. Make you feel alright. Make you feel alright. I just wanna hurt you bad. I want to be ready, ready. I want to be ready, oh. I want to be ready, ready. I want to be ready, oh. I want to be ready, ready. I want to be ready, oh. Mama said it's all good. Mama said it's all cool. I'm not gonna cry now. Gonna show you what I will do. I gave everything to you, and I can't get it back. Where you go? Where you go? Where you go? Hit me up, let me know so I can tell you that you ain't shit. And how my love is the illest, baby. You just lost the realest, baby. And I know you're gonna miss this. But I won't let you drive me crazy. Leave me on and keep me waiting. Oh, I want to be ready, oh. I want to just call you and tell you that you are and tell me to let me go. You broke my heart, so I'm sitting and thinking of what I can do to you. I know what goes around comes around, but that ain't enough. Oh no, you broke my heart. I just wanna hurt you bad. I just wanna hurt you bad. You let me start. I just wanna hurt you bad. I just wanna hurt you bad. You let me on. I just wanna hurt you bad. I just wanna hurt you bad. Wasting my time. I just wanna hurt you bad. I just wanna make you feel alright. Make you feel alright. Yeah, yeah. Make you feel alright. Make you feel alright. I just wanna hurt you bad.
Yo, we in here tonight. Welcome back to Bringing Lyrics to Life. This is episode 3, where we talking about Petty by the one and only Cameron J. And tonight, we plan on spilling some tea. We plan on talking some real things. We plan on exposing some of y'all. Because I feel like being... No, I'm not going to be petty. But we going to talk about it.
I'm going to be petty with you. We going to be petty
We
together.
going to talk about it tonight.
I'm going to be a bad influence right now. That's how we going to get down.
Hey, shout out to our audience on tonight. We appreciate y'all tuning in.
Thank you very much.
We sorry for coming on a little late. We had some slight technical difficulties, but we had to make sure everything was right for y'all. Because when we bring these lyrics to you, we want to bring them to you right.
Facts.
So we're gonna unpack this thing. We're gonna talk real on tonight. Listen, the phone line is open, 856-323-8572. That's 856-323-8572. Bringing lyrics to life. We want to hear from you on tonight. We want to see those comments. So go on our Facebook page. Make sure you following us. Bringing lyrics to life. And we want to hear from you. Naya,
Let me throw some out real quick. Bianca, if you want a guest to come up on here, hit me up. Let me know what they working with, what kind of genre they working with. If they want to contact us and come in, we got a seat right here. If they want to sit firsthand and have us dissect it and give us their interpretation of their music, then we can do that. But go back to my brother Christian, what you were saying?
Nah, just introducing y'all. What's up, Naya? What's good with you? Chilling. What's up? What's up, Tay?
Listen, man, I'm living life, man. I'm trying my best to be the best.
I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth. Oh, yeah.
Y'all killing me right now, man.
Listen, let me just piggyback real quick. So for anybody out there, any up and coming artists, any established artists, anybody who wants to have a seat on the podcast, be interviewed by us, unpack your lyrics, please email us bringinglyrics@yahoo.com. We'll schedule you to come on to the show. We booked for the month of June. We do have some openings in July, so please bringinglyrics@yahoo.com. We'll fit you in, or you can give us a call at 856-323-8572. 856-323-8572. Naya, take it away. Let's be petty.
All right. You think this is a game, huh? Oh, my feelings are a game now? Baby, I'm the one to blame. Forget that, I'ma blame you. I did everything for you. Switched up on my friends for you. Where you at? Won't you call a homie back so I can tell you that you ain't shit? And how my love is the illest, baby. You just lost the realest, baby. And I know you gonna miss this, but I won't let you drive me crazy. Leave me on and keep me waiting. I wanna be petty. I want to just call you and tell you that you're a dummy to let me go. You broke my heart, so I'm sitting and thinking of what I can do to you. I know what goes around comes around, but that ain't enough. Verse 1.
Alright, so the king of petty is at the table tonight.
Listen.
Yo.
Sir, I just want to let you know right now, I vibe with the song. It has a great beat.
That beat
is fire.
Tough.
It's tough.
You know what's crazy about Cameron J? Most people don't even know or remember the fact that this cat is an artist. Most people know him for his acting.
Oh, okay.
If y'all follow him on YouTube,
because he be doing the skits.
Yeah, if y'all know the person who plays Sharkeisha, that's this guy right here. This is him. And this guy, this guy, he is a phenomenal artist, man. He is definitely talented, very diverse in his music, his lyrical content, just sick, dope. And there's not a song I don't listen to of his that doesn't bring me outside to make me think a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
And that's for real. Well, go ahead, Mr. King Petty. What's up?
Listen, and correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm interpreting this wrong. He said, I gave up my friends for you.
Huh?
He said, I switched up on my friends.
Nah.
I changed the game for you.
Nah.
And this how you out here acting?
Yeah, we not doing that. I never switch up with my brothers. Especially my people's for a female, because I just had a conversation last night with Valerie.
Yeah.
Talking about how friendship.
King Petty over here be exposing everybody. She
still gonna call me, so it don't matter. It don't matter. I just had a phone call with Valerie last night at like 2 a.m.
Right.
Telling her I trust my friends more than I trust a female that I'm involved with. And I know that might sound stupid or immature, but I feel like when you have bonds or friendships with people, you can't sacrifice that for something that is temporary or momentarily. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know somebody's true intentions.
Why do you always feel like every relationship with a woman is temporary, though?
It is temporary. We just had a conversation last week.
Shots fired. We're going hard tonight.
We just had a conversation last week.
I told y'all we being petty. It's happening. We gonna be petty.
We just had a conversation last week about, certain people just enter your life because they teach you life lessons.
Right.
For you to grow to the next level.
There's a time for everything. There's a season for everything. Okay.
So how am I supposed to know if that person who is here is supposed to be the one?
How? Bro, you don't never get nobody a chance.
It's not about giving somebody a chance. If you give me a red flag, it's a wrap.
Man, females come into your life
done that.
automatically with an expiration. Yo, his females be like a carton of milk. Use by, sell by. That's it. Like, it be a wrap.
Expire by August 12th. She gotta go.
I be like, wait, it don't expire for another 2 weeks. He be pouring it down the sink. It's starting to smell bad.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm cool with it.
Ew.
I'm alright. But no, but I can't, and it's not even just saying like my boys. It's saying like my friends and you know what happened. You know,
Yeah,
I have a lot of female friends.
Yes, we know.
Ton of female friends. Bianca, shout out to you. Yaya, shout out to you. Jess, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Justina, shout out to you.
Listen,
it's so much more. I can't even go that road.
You can't start saying names. Somebody about to call you right now.
Like,
put the phone on, do not disturb. Don't interrupt the podcast.
She said, yo, even Bianca just hit it too. Like,
listen, hey, don't nobody call in on the line to cuss this man out. Well,
but I have a lot of male friends, a lot of female friends, and I can't really. I've been in situations where I've had close friends who've allowed women to come in between us, and then just recently I had a friend who was my boy back in high school.
Yeah.
And he literally just hit me on Messenger last night. Yo, bro, how you been? And it's only because him and the girl who he had dished everybody for didn't work out for him. So now it's like.
So you mad at him?
I'm not mad at him at all. It's just more so of how you gonna try to rekindle stuff with me when you was the one who was willing to put everything to put our friendship to the side because of a female at the time who you thought was proper, who you thought was right, who you thought was for you. Because we got your best interests at heart. Friends always have your best interests at heart. We can see things from a mile away. That's a fact. We can see things from a mile away because you might have them drunk love goggles on. You can't see it, but we can see it because we're on the outside looking in. So we try to give you that idea of, yo, this is what I see. You can either take it or you can leave it. But a lot of the time people choose to leave it and be like, you know what, if you're not gonna be happy for me, then we can't, you know what I'm saying, we can't be cool.
You got these lines down pat. What friend broke your heart, bro?
What you mean?
What friend are you really mad at?
Listen, I've had a ton of homies. I got homies who I was in high school with. I got homies who I was in the block with. I got homies over in LG. I got homies over in Brownsville. I got homies. I got homies in Rice Island. I got all these people. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people be hitting me up to this day, like, yo, bro, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry for the things that went down. And I'm not petty. I'm not going to be like, F you.
No, you petty, though.
I am petty, but I'm not going to be. I'm petty to females.
Oh.
But I'm not going to be petty to my
See,
brothers.
and that brings me to a very good point because something that I try to make a point of doing in my writing is making sure people understand that people are people, and relationships are complicated, regardless of if it's romantic, friendship, whatever. And a lot of people will give these romantic relationships so much energy and effort that you're not even, understanding that your friendship requires work just as well. Like your relationship with your siblings or your relatives, it requires work as well. Relationships are work. And sometimes for whatever reason, people just get it misconstrued like, oh, I only got to put this much energy and effort into this type of relationship. And that's inaccurate. And even for you to say, no offense, but even for you to say, you're harder on females than your relationships, it's like you can't be willing to dispose of some and hold on to others because the ones you holding on to might be toxic. And the ones you letting go of might be worth the work. So you really have to evaluate.
I'm glad you bring that up.
I don't know if she I don't know if that was shots fired or if she being petty. I don't know.
It's petty hour.
It's the petty hour.
So I'm gonna break that part down to why I say females.
I'm the petty instigator, y'all.
Yo, big facts. He's petty. But I'm gonna let you know why I say females that I meet, like I don't, you know what I'm saying? I be like I keep them at an arm's length because Chris, you even know me. A lot of the females I meet, what they doing? Cheating on their nigga with me. How I'm gonna trust you if you cheating on your man with me?
And we're back from commercial break. Thank you for calling in.
Like,
welcome to Bringing Lyrics to Life.
How you calling me 2 a.m. because your man just left and you bored, but you not calling your man? You think I'm supposed to trust you? Come on now.
I mean,
You come into the crib spending the night and telling your man you with your sister. Come on.
But are we gonna go as deep as to say maybe you should evaluate why you're attracting a certain breed of females?
Mm-hmm. Easy. Vulnerable.
Are you saying easy, be easy, or they easy? What you easy? What that mean? Lifestyle is easy.
But maybe that's where you are in life, and that's fine as long as you can recognize that not all women are like that. Some women are capable of being trusted and worthy of being trusted, and you just have to, you know, give the energy out that you want returned.
That's a lot of work.
Because if you out here like, okay, you give me one red flag and I'm out, you're not going to meet the woman that's worth, you know, giving more than one chance.
Let me tell you something. Us being in our generation, right? The ones that are not easy are the ones that come with the most baggage, and the ones that are already baby moms. The ones who are not baby moms are so
you're saying
easy.
You're saying pretty much. How am I not?
I don't want to be a stepdad.
He be like, how am I say he want a pure woman?
Pure woman.
So you're saying
there's
there's
no
no
such thing as
pure
no
women out here. You're saying all of them are tainted.
There's no such thing as pure.
Flaw.
Bro.
I mean,
there's no such thing as pure.
Okay, so first and foremost, everybody has something.
Yeah, everybody has baggage.
Everybody has something, right? But
think about that real quick. Think about
nah,
No, go ahead, talk your mind.
Nah, because you know, you and I, we have these conversations all the time. Because you hard on women, and I get it because based off of the women that you choose to associate.
Yeah.
However, common, you got a mother, you have a sister. So, but don't you say it.
Okay, go ahead.
You disrespect mom on this
I
lot.
was not going to disrespect mom.
But
that would never happen.
But I mean, it's like you almost have
She said, "'Cause
no
she's a slut."
respect for women at all. Like
She said-
you box
she
all
said-
women into this category.
She said, because I'm a slut.
And I agree.
Come on, dog. Which side do you want?
I'm sorry.
What's going on?
It's petty hour.
What's it right there?
No, I'm being petty. I'm on the fence.
I think whatever level you at in life, as long as you're honest with yourself, is fine. If you know you don't want to be no stepdad, then don't mess with no girl with kids. If you know you thotting and bopping, mess with thoughts and bopping.
But
Like,
his point,
where you at.
what he trying to say is, it's either you have children and don't want no parts, or you a smoothie bag. Like he's saying, there's no other category like,
that I've met.
Oh, that you met. Come on and clean it up.
Right now,
so there is hope.
So there probably,
ladies and
there probably
gentlemen,
is hope.
there is hope. Come on, let's give up.
I've only met two categories, and it's like, I used to have this saying that my mom had told me. It's crazy because my mom said this, and she was like, "You're like Goldilocks in the three bears. If it's too hot, you don't want it. If it's too cold, you don't want it. But if it's just right for you, then you deal with it." And when she says the meaning of hot, if it's too much work, you're not gonna apply yourself. But if it's not enough work, if it's not enough commitment or involvement, then you're like, if I lose interest, it's too cold.
But you lose interest very quickly.
It's too cold a lot of times. Okay? So I gotta meet that middle ground because so what I'm saying is I've met females who and this is getting real like rated R.
He about to tell us everything. We're gonna have to change the
we probably gotta change
the show to explicit before we advertise it on the other media outlets.
But I've met women where when I consider it's too hot, meaning it's too easy. Like there's no challenge. And you know me, I like a challenge. I like women to challenge me to be like.
So you want to chase, but not
I want to chase, but I want to challenge. Like I like when women say or give me like that whole mindset of I'm not like other girls, or they have an aspiration in life to where they feel as though they're moving in a different direction, and I can't compare them to the other women that I've been with.
Okay.
So I like when women are headstrong, positive, goal-driven. I like that. But if you're that woman and you make me wait for too long, then you become cold. So that's where you gotta meet me at that common ground, at that middle ground.
I got you.
That might sound stupid to y'all, I don't know, but it's like that's just the lifestyle I've always lived. It's weird. Like you gotta just meet me at that midpoint.
Got it. Listen, shout out to our viewers on tonight. I want to give a special shout out to Miss Tamika Sumner. Listen, she is a phenomenal artist. We definitely would be honored to have you on the show, ma'am. So please reach out to us. Hit me up, inbox me something. Bringing lyrics to life at yahoo.com. She is phenomenal, and she's very confident and bold. I love her spirit. Awesome woman. Shout out to Keith Johnson. Boy, look at Sergeant First Class Cocoa Butter.
Oh my God.
Keith
What's
Johnson.
up, Big Sar?
Keith, what's going on
What's
with
going
you?
on, Big Sar?
But shout out to all of our audiences.
Yes,
Listen,
sir.
we definitely want to let everybody know, because I usually try to remember to do this in the beginning, but I always tend to forget. This show is a very open show. It's a very honest show. It's about breaking down lyrics, right?
Mhm.
We're taking music and we're correlating it to everyday life.
Facts.
So we're taking artists and their lyrics and we're unpacking it and applying it to our everyday life and our experience in life to music, right? So we encourage any artist that's out there that is pushing a project or just want to come onto the show and have an opportunity to be interviewed. We definitely want to hear from you. So again, our number is 856-323-8572. Or you can email bringinglyrics@yahoo.com or inbox us on Facebook. And we definitely want to get connected with you. But tonight we are talking about the song titled Petty by artist Cameron J. And I'm joking and I'm saying that we're being petty, but we in a sense, when listening to a song like this and unpacking the lyrics and breaking it down, you start to identify that you do carry some petty traits.
With like
I'm sorry to say it.
Comparisons to the lyrics.
We're going to expose some people on tonight. Some of y'all need to look in the mirror
Listen.
and take a hard look. But when you listen to this song and you break down the lyrics and the situation, you find yourself agreeing more than disagreeing.
Exactly.
And if you are agreeing, ladies and gentlemen, you're petty. I just got to get that out. You're petty. All right, amen.
And there's
All right.
nothing wrong with a little petty.
All right, hit us with the next
hit
verse.
us with the next verse.
Alright, so we got the chorus. Oh no, you broke my heart. I just want to hurt you bad. I just want to hurt you bad. You left this scar. I just want to hurt you bad. I just want to hurt you bad. You left me on. I just want to hurt you bad. I just want to hurt you bad. Wasted my time. I just want to hurt you bad. I just want to make you feel my wrath. Make you feel my wrath. Oh, make you feel my wrath. And he said, I just want to hurt you bad.
I just want to hurt you bad.
Word.
You hurt me, so listen. You know that saying, and I always hated this. That saying, hurt people.
Yeah.
Cause I don't agree with it. I don't
Yeah.
think it applies to everything all the time. However, comma.
Yeah.
Cause he goes on to specify like you left this scar.
Yeah.
So I just want to hurt you bad. Cause a scar is what? It's a healed wound, but it's a reminder.
It's always gonna be there. It's like a
Oh,
scab.
I feel like preaching on tonight.
Here we go.
It's a
He about to do it. He
reminder.
about to do it.
Huh? It's a reminder of some hurt and some pain that one had to endure. And to be reminded of it, it makes me want to hurt you bad.
Listen, supposedly I could star in the next Tyler Perry film as Lance Gross called "Who Hurt You." These are the friends that I have. Clearly. Thanks. But get back to what you were saying.
Just and it's crazy because I like what I like about his song and just the way he writes. He gives you he paints a picture.
Yeah.
He gives you a storyline. So he builds up to the chorus. Like he creates the view of what the relationship was. All that I sacrificed, my time, I switched up on the people who've known me most, best, and have been closest to me. I set them aside for you. I gave you my time, and you hurt me bad. Now I want you to feel my wrath. I used to say,
Two wrongs don't make it right.
no, absolutely. King Petty, y'all hear this?
Two wrongs don't make it right.
110%. Now, transparency moment, right? I remember a time where I used to be very, I'm still very emotional. However, I challenge it differently, right? So there was a time though where I was angry and I was hurt, and I used to always say like, if you can't hear me, then I want you to feel my pain. if you're so. What I meant by that was, if I try expressing to you why I'm upset,
Yeah.
and you just looking at me with that deer in the headlight look, and you just not getting it, like I'm crying, I'm trying to tell you something, and you just ain't getting it. I see me in the streets. I want to lay hands. Like I used to feel like that. I was I'm telling you, right? I was very passionate about. Why petty? It's petty hour. Everybody's gonna be shots fired everywhere.
He's talking about you too. Look at age.
All right, as of 2 weeks ago, I changed. Nonetheless,
2 weeks ago. Jesus.
No, but I remember like just being so passionate about, because if you think about it, and even how he breaks it down in the song, when you give somebody your time, and understand what time is. Time is not just seconds, minutes, hours, days. It's not, right? Time is, I've opened up to you. I've shared things with you that I've never shared with anybody before. I let you into a place I don't let anybody. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's time in. People don't understand that. That time in, bro. That right there. That
I feel like it's time wasted.
And he says that in the line, like, you wasted my time. I just want to hurt you bad. Like, not only did you scar me, but now by looking at the scar, now I'm remembering, I'm playing back in my mind all the time, all the words, all the money, all the investments, all the changing up on relationship. Like,
but let me ask you this though. Doesn't that go right back and apply to what we was talking about
with your expiration date?
We said
oh.
When we said, damn, it's like that. Don't that be crazy? No, when we said, some people are just put into your life for you to learn lessons. Not everybody is meant to actually, like they just meant to play a role. They're not meant to be permanent.
Now this is powerful coming from you, right? Shots fired.
Powerful comes from me.
Boom. But what does that look like though? You feel me? Like, now I'm just saying, like, how do you identify, like, you can't? At what point do you be like, all right, you just here for a period. You're just here for a season.
You never know.
Cause look, right here we go, right? Mr. Titanic, right?
Mr. Titanic.
Listen, because so much happens in life, right? Tomorrow's not promised. Listen, you feel me? I'm with it. So it's like, for me, take advantage of the opportunities in front of you. And y'all know how I think, right? So dating is preparation for marriage. For me. You feel me? Everybody don't think like that. Everybody don't move like that. So for me, it's like, I'm not putting the time in if I don't think we're headed that direction.
Okay, yeah.
So what does that mean? Then we're not dating at all.
Yeah.
So we're just friends. So understand that, right? And understand the separation and the difference between the two, right? So now we're dating. I'm putting time in. Watch this, because this is the part that I love. I love the relationships or non-relationships where you find out that you was in a relationship, but you never knew you was in a relationship. I love those. I love those. And then the ones where you think you're in a relationship, and then they switch up on you, and they be like, "Oh, nah, we was just kicking it." Well, that was an expensive kick. that was a lot of time. That was a lot of money. That was what? So what do you do with that, bro? Like, because if you saying, and I'm in agreement.
Yeah.
Some people are just here for a lesson. At what point do you acknowledge the lesson and then scale back?
I think it's more so of you never necessarily know people's true intentions. Because, alright, it's like...
Listen, and I've always said this.
I'm going to bring it back.
People will allow you to get to know them as much as they want you to.
And it's another saying, too. I was young. I was watching this quote-unquote Tyler Perry show. Ironically. And he said...
Shout out to Tyler Perry.
He said, if someone shows you who they truly are,
right,
then believe them.
Amen.
You know? So people can put on a front for a certain amount of time, but at the end of the day, that true personality is going to come out. It's going like that shell is going to crack from that egg, and then you're going to see who they truly are. And then once you see, I mean, it's unfortunate that you have to see that that person isn't genuinely who you think they originally were, but it's a life lesson. It's something you got to learn from.
So let's unpack that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, right, you and I, one of the same, but two different people.
Two of them sides of the coin.
Now you use the example analogy of an egg, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with you, when you see that and the egg is cracked, you cook them, burn them, bang, done.
There you go. You gotta go. I might eat it a little bit.
Now,
let me get the yolk.
Now, but me, right? I'll be like, all right, all this time in, so let's identify the problem.
He gonna
Here
be
y'all
like,
go. They're about to start judging me.
he
They being petty. They being petty. They being petty. They being petty.
Here we go.
They judging me. They judging me.
He gonna be like, let's marinate the egg. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? let's turn it into
let's
a
beat
devil
it.
egg.
Let's
You
beat
know
it
what
a
I'm
little
saying?
bit.
Yeah, let's make it into an omelet.
Yeah,
I can make you into an omelet. We can turn you from a boiled egg to an omelet with green pepper. And oh no, you don't do meat. So yeah, green pepper and spinach. You know, we could finesse it. We could whip it. You like it sunny side up, or you like it boiled? You know what I'm saying? Like fried. Like what you like?
Because you know what?
But I just hope that y'all are taking these life lessons that y'all are talking about and applying them. Because when you're frustrated because the omelet still got shells in it, still messed up, still ain't tasting right, you can't be mad at Shorty.
Mother, we got Mother on the line tonight.
She's fooling us right now.
Yeah, she trying. She being petty.
Listen.
Nah, listen, because to me it's like my time is valuable to me,
Yeah,
right? So it's like I don't believe in giving. I'm trying to think of how to say it.
Just like how we
I
were
don't
saying, like
believe in
giving your soul.
easy.
Oh, okay.
So I be trying to make something spectacular
Out of
of the egg. I do. I try to turn it. You're right. I try to make that yolk. I beat it. I try to create this beautiful omelet. Add some colors and some. See, here you go. Here you go.
No, he came out of his mouth. He said I just threw the analogy out there. He confirmed it.
Anyway,
he beat the egg.
So at what point do we
He spoons, I fork.
Yeah. At what point? And let's Mother, what you got? At what point do you say? Right? Because let's be realistic. We've all been in situationships or relationships where we spent too much time. Right?
100%.
Yeah. We've all been in a relationship or a situationship.
Who was over there at Tamarack? When I was in a relationship a little bit too long. Too long.
I mean, I ain't agreeing because that was a.
She ain't watching it.
that was a. All right, whatever.
She ain't watching it.
But we all been in a ship, right? Where we might have invested too much, spent too much, done too much. So at what point do we say enough is enough?
I think
it's
based on inspiration, but I also think that you should take heed. Once you start to see these issues with this egg or this ship, what you put into it from that point forward is your risk to take. So when you walk away and you have had enough, when you're mad at Shorty, be mad at yourself. Like, dang, 2 months ago when she was wilding, I should have dipped out. Instead of trying to put spinach in a damn omelet. Sorry.
Like being mad at you couldn't pick up on judgment. Like your judgment wasn't proper type stuff. That's what you saying?
Right.
You
So
wasn't
like
able to
that's
pick up
based
the
on
signs.
your own inspiration. But make sure that you have your feelings and emotions in check, because people confuse inspiration with lust, with love, with money, with all types of stuff. So how you genuinely feel about this person. Is this situation worth my time, my energy, my prettying this up? Is it worth it? Am I going to be depleted when it's all said and done? Am I going to have something from this situation that I can carry with me regardless of how it works out?
Gotcha.
Otherwise, you ain't learning nothing.
But
Y'all
everybody's
just
different.
keep repeating the same mistake, and that ain't nothing going to change but the fate.
But everybody's different though.
Fact.
But everybody's different.
You said facts. Don't be judging me.
But everybody's different.
What's your point?
So one might
Red flags is all the flags is different, but they still red. What the problem is, what the issue is, it's always going to be different. But that's why you have to set your own expectations and your own limits of what you can handle for you, and what's too much for you.
2 to 3 hours.
So let me ask this, right? Because and audience, we want to hear from y'all. Is it okay to change, minimize, or do away with your standards? Or if you're just not where I'm at, you're just not where I'm at.
Second.
It depends on your
The
motivation.
latter. I think the latter. I would say more so the latter, because if you try to minimize your standards, then you'll actually.
Because we
What's the word?
We about to get into that 80-20 rule.
Yeah. No. But that's different though. Like that's different, because if you say if you're trying to, what's the word starts with a C? Is it this how we just talked about this last week. If you're just trying to, well, I'm gonna say minimize who you are and your standards, then you actually lose credibility to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you're able to be complacent. You become complacent on what you feel as though you deserve and not what you actually deserve.
So you knowing your worth.
You gotta know your worth and make sure somebody meets that standard. You can't just I'ma just lower who I am because you're on a lower level. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Some people like to even though somebody doesn't meet their standard, if they feel like they have an emotional connection or they feel like they have a drive, you want to build them to that.
Right.
But it goes back to what you were saying before. If I can sit here and give you the keys to success, and if you're not willing to turn on that car and drive it, then we can't have anything going on. Like, you gotta have a game plan. You gotta see where you want to be for 5 years from now, 10 years from now, or what you want to do with yourself. How do you feel like you can contribute towards us? How can we build to make a dynasty, an empire?
So on day one, this is who I am. This is where I'm trying to be,
and
this is what's expected of you.
It's not about what's expected of you. It's asking, what do you want to do with yourself? What do you want to be? Where do you see yourself?
Okay.
Some people don't even have answers. Like, I know plenty of people. I ask them,
Where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
Dead.
I'm trying to figure out tomorrow.
Yeah, like, I don't even know if I'm making it next week. So I'll be like, damn. So I'll be like, sheesh. I know somebody we both know.
Oh,
She said she don't see where she gonna be at 3 years from now.
What does she see?
You know who I'm talking about?
We'll have to. Don't say nobody's name. Here's old Betty.
Yes, we
She know
gonna
what
have
I'm
to say
talking about.
nobody's name on this show. But let me just answer the question, because that's one example. But on the other side of it, you know, like we've been talking about learning from every situation, you learn things about yourself in situations. So if your standards are ridiculous and you figure that out while you're in a relationship, there's nothing wrong with changing that. But again, it depends on the motivation. Like, what's the reason
That's what I'm
behind
saying. You shouldn't lower your standards because somebody can't meet you.
If I feel like
It's somebody. It's
I'm
7
here, and you feel like my here is ridiculous, like.
It's 7 billion
Okay,
people in the
I'll
world.
give
You
you
mean
an
to tell me
example.
that person is not going to try to be on your level, or you're not going to meet somebody who's going to be on your level? Like, that's a dub. I done told you plenty of times to come with me to Manhattan, to the meatpacking district. You can meet all the, you know what I'm saying, all the women in the world.
No.
It's like, but he like, nah, man, I'm cool, bro. I'm all right.
Right, but
I'll
y'all
stay in
focusing
Jersey.
on one type, one situation, one
It's not
example.
about- it's not
there are
about
plenty of
having type.
examples where your standards don't apply. For instance, if Shorty ain't got no job, ain't never had a job in her whole entire life,
to the
and
next
expecting you to have 6 figures,
On to the next
homie, something's wrong with your standard.
On to the next
If you have 5 kids by 5 baby dads and you want to date a dude who don't have no kids, something's wrong with your standards.
we
That's
talking
what I'm
about
saying. Like, you
men.
have to learn things about yourself and adjust accordingly as well.
No,
So
but
there
we
are
talking
situations where you do figure out your standards is not
Nah,
what they should be.
She's saying
She's saying, like-
if
like-
that's the kind of women that we're looking at and dealing with.
Yeah. but what kind of women? We're saying that meeting women that are on the same level that we are on. You know what I'm saying? That have the same type of energy, the same type of mindset, the same type of time. Like it don't matter.
I need to hear more from the audience. I see Kalia commenting here and there. What's up, Bishop Joel Fitzgerald Adams? Welcome, sir. Listen, I want to hear more from the audience. I'm finna ask this question. How y'all feel about online dating and dating apps?
I'm with it.
Now, you with it for a whole nother reason.
You see the green face?
You with it for a whole nother reason, right? Because you have now, right? Because I had to take a little class because I don't understand it, right? So somebody was breaking it down to me like, oh well, Bumble you'll meet more professional people, and Tinder is just for sex, and
Tinder,
and what's the other one? Plenty of Fish is just for
you don't use that. You get,
and that's more for Caucasian people.
Nah, you gonna catch AIDS.
Oh Jesus.
You might as well have POS. You don't want to die.
Don't say that. That's not true.
I know who you talking about.
People who have met their wives off of there.
I know who you talking about.
They got wives, children, dogs.
I know.
Whole family.
But what's the chances on that? It's minimal.
Listen.
Not on that. Not now. Maybe back then. Maybe like 10 years ago. Yeah. But not now.
You don't mind. So what? Even when building your profile, right? Because this is what we're talking about pretty much, right? We're talking about a profile.
Yeah.
We're talking about your individual profile and then the profile that you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
So, philosopher, author, writer, publisher over there, right? Naya, what's up? Give us some words like, what kind of key words should we publish in our profile, and what should we be looking for in profiles?
I'm so sorry I gotta shut you down. You coming to the wrong. Listen, I am not with the apps, with the foolishness, because my tolerance for stupidity is so low, and I just feel like that's what you get with online is a lot of stupidity. And I feel like, again, where you are in life, if you are honest with yourself, every level is great. Whatever level you're on, if you feel like online dating is for you, by all means, do your thing. For me, I'm cool. But for words, for content, I say, just know your audience, right? Like whoever it is that you're trying to attract, you need to figure out what it is that appeals to them, and that's what you need to be saying and talking about.
Okay. So for our studio audience and people who are just tuning in, we're talking about the song titled "Petty" by artist Cameron J. If you're not familiar with it, please go download his music, listen to it, so you have a better feel and understand. We are breaking down the lyrics. That's what we do. We unpack the lyrics and we break it down based off of how we feel, how we view it, and based off of what the artist may be trying to say and the message they're trying to get across. So now take us in verse 3.
I want to be petty. He repeats that 3 times. Mama said it's all good. Mama said it's all cool. I'm not going to cry, no, but I'll show you what I will do. I gave everything to you. I can't get back. Where you go, where you go. Hit me up, let me know so I can tell you that you ain't shit. And how my love is the illest baby. You just lost the realest baby. And I know you going to miss this, but I won't let you drive me crazy. Leave me on and keep me waiting. I want to be petty. I want to just call you and tell you that you are a dummy to let me go. You broke my heart, so I'm sitting and thinking of what I can do to you. I know what goes around comes around, but that ain't enough.
So let me cross artists real quick. I was listening to the Prince of New York.
J.I.
I was listening to J.I. earlier, and it's crazy, right? Because and this is why y'all know how I feel about music and how I'm intimate with it. Because people listen to things and they just listen to it because the beat is hot, the flow is good, or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But to actually listen to the lyrics and break it down. So I'm listening to the song. I heard the song 1,000 times. And today, it clicked and it stuck out to me. He was like, why is it so hard for you to answer your phone? And I'm like,
whenever I call you.
Why is that? And then it's like, you're wrong. And here I am calling you.
She busy.
And you ain't answering the phone. Nah. Because here's the thing. Because here's what happens, right? Because you already know what I'm getting ready to say. So you trying to play.
I called you and you didn't answer the phone.
You trying to play innocent over there. Nah. When you run into a situation to where, right, you and your significant other, y'all not on the best of terms, y'all not in agreement, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
and then there's,
okay, like,
there's this space, there's this distance, there's this time we're not talking. And then somebody,
tries to reach out first.
I'm about to be petty, somebody has to be the bigger person. In majority, in all, of my relationships, it's always been me. This time around, I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm tired of being the bigger person. I'm tired of always making the call. I'm tired. But guess what? You make the call. Then you don't answer the phone. And can somebody answer this question? Why is it when I call you, you text me? I see I missed your call. Then call me back.
Right
I
after?
called you.
Yo.
Why are you texting me?
That
listen,
kills me.
you want to talk about a boiling of the blood.
I'll be like, yo. That'd be the worst.
Listen, that thing take me to my knees. I'd be having to pray and start repenting quick because
that'd be the worst. Because it'd be like right after I called you, 2 minutes later you like, yo, you called me?
Right. Didn't you see the missed call?
You see the missed call. Call me back. Like, it's important. I called you, call me back.
There are so many. Like, you guys are just so problematic. Bless your heart. You just listen. When you have your own trigger, that is personal to you. That is your personal trigger, and you have to communicate that is a standard
because you
for
gotta
you.
put.
When I call you, please call me back. Do not text me. That is something that you have to communicate because my mindset is I am not a talker. I don't want to call you. I prefer to text.
Here's the thing, though.
That's a dub.
No, but here's the thing.
Communicate that to each other.
I have communicated that, but however, this is all we have right now. So if I mean anything to you, like you mean to me, and I'm picking up the phone and calling you, you better pick up the phone and answer. You better pick it up.
Because of your expectations, because of what you want for you and what you need for you. That ain't got nothing to do with that person and how they feel and what they need.
And become a doctor. Let me tell you something over there.
Hello with your butterfly.
I understand what you're saying.
Potato.
I understand what you're saying, but even like he's saying in the song, that creates another scar.
Yeah.
Like, because now I had to build myself up and put my emotions aside to call you. Yeah. Then I call you and now you don't answer the phone. You just shut me down again all over.
And on top of that,
you done triggered a whole nother emotion.
On top of that, when somebody calls you, it's for an important reason. If it wasn't important, then they would just text you.
Hello, somebody.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm calling you,
everybody know I'm not even a phone person anyway.
So if I call you,
that's the rule.
If I call you, it's because I need an immediate response.
Hello.
I have people that call me because they need an immediate response. And I got my cousin right here.
Let's be real.
He'll tell you straight up. He be calling me, and sometimes I don't answer. He be like, "Nigga, what the hell?"
In today's time, texting is the go-to. If I'm calling you, it's for a reason. Pick up the phone.
I don't have time to
Pick
wait
up the phone.
2, 3, 4 hours until you're free.
Pick it up.
And then you want to respond. I might need answers right then and there. And I feel like you could give me those answers that I actually require.
And what we doing in texting, going back and forth in 50 messages, we can do this in 2 minutes.
Yeah, you can give me.
Not
even. You can give me everything I need in 60
phone
seconds.
calls are aware that this is the rule. What? That you're calling because it requires an immediate response. Yeah, every recipient of these missed calls are aware that every time I call you, it is necessary
let me ask you this.
Everybody who know me, and I don't know why you trying to act new, because you know if I call you, you won't answer the phone. What I do, I text you. Pick up the phone. Call me back.
Trey, I'm talking about when I call you, when you call me and I don't answer, I know it's an important reason. You be like, yo, nigga, why you don't answer? Shut up.
Kalia commented, she said, I think we should be seeking God about our relationships. A lot of ways and standards we've learned through experience from broken relationships. I think we need to seek God so we don't waste time and gain understanding about who and what people are in our lives. Amen, I agree with that. However, but
can I take a nap from that?
When seeking God, right? Because here's the thing, and we will often say seek God. And first of all, you should be seeking God anyway, in any relationship. In any relationship. Let me say this again. In any relationship, anybody I'm connected to, I need to be seeking God about. I need transparency. I need to know what the attachment is.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know the purpose behind it. Yeah. Any relationship, you need to be seeking God. What happens though in relationships, right? Friendships, in ships, what happens is we'll seek God, but how long do we wait? Right. How long do we wait?
I don't want to give an even response.
And hold on. Because then the other thing with that is, right, because what happens is we allow our emotions to drive us. So we'll seek God, but then we'll be like, oh, but they're so nice to me. Oh, but they do this. Oh, but they do that. Oh, but they're showing me this. Oh, but they're showing me that. So then and that's when we start breaking ourselves down. That's when we start to lose ourselves. Because now we done got attached, tied up in whatever, in something that was not supposed to be.
I might be a sociopath.
And I tell people all the time, never date off of potential.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We talk about this all the time. Never date off of potential. Because you see a thing about a person and then you be like, all right, oh, yeah, they got drive, they got ambition, oh, we can build, we can do this, we can do this, we can build an empire, we can do legacy, da da da. And then you call them and they don't answer the phone. Nope, it's over. and that might sound dramatic, but let's be realistic. It be the most simplest thing that will throw you off, and then you like,
and then you get turned off, and you just going opposite direction.
Off.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, why is it every time I call you? Every time.
Like I get turned off for the most simplest thing. I come in the house, why the microwave on high? Like shit. Like fuck. Like you ain't cook no empanadas. I said empanadas. Sorry about that.
Go ahead, Nana. What was you saying?
Me personally, I can't base my relationship standards off of my relationship with God because I'm setting myself up for disappointment.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Because I was somebody saying,
we need to hear what she's saying.
I believe in karma and energy, and so I believe that I can't put that expectation out there that I expect that from you when I know that I'm not giving you that same energy that I'm giving my relationship with God. Like I'm just not. Like you ain't getting that.
So this is a more self-reflection then.
Absolutely.
Understood.
Absolutely.
Understood.
I'm not going to expect it from somebody else if I'm not willing to give you that same amount of energy. And that's just my personal opinion. Like I don't feel like, but this is why I'm not in a relationship, and this is also why I don't want to be in a relationship.
So can I be petty with y'all too? So why is it that y'all enter into these ships haphazardly then?
I mean, enter them haphazardly. It's not about being haphazard. We enter them the way we want to enter them. We enter them on our own energy. We don't put God into it. We don't put extra in. Like, I believe in, and this goes to what we were saying before, because you said, oh, it shouldn't be 50-50. It should be 100% both parties. But I feel like, to me, it's 50-50. Like, I'm only willing to put in as much as you're willing to put in. Because when you're not willing to put in, all right, cool, so I'm going to just pull back. And I'm cool with it.
But then,
and I don't have emotional attachment the way everybody else does because they felt like they chose to put 100% in and it didn't turn out the way they wanted to turn out. So now I'm cool. That's why I'm able to just sit back and be like, all right, cool. Who the next one? What's up?
Well, see, now you lost me there. But let me just say, like, I've gone through really like traumatic experiences in relationships, and I've seen other people go through less and react in a totally way more toxic way than I ever even had nightmares about. And I think that's like, for that part of what Tavon is saying, I can agree with. If it's like, y'all over here giving 100%, so when it don't work out, you feeling like,
now you like, oh,
you want some other stuff. Me, I'm like, okay, cool, let me go over here and you stay over there so I don't end up in prison. Like, that's where I'm at with it. Like, I don't want to talk.
And they always said,
let's just keep it moving.
Yeah, they always said though, you gotta make sure you keep about 5 on the roster. You know what I'm saying? That's what my OG told me. My OGs told me. Y'all know what I'm talking about, New York. Always keep 5 on that roster. Always keep 5 on that roster because one of them, and then when one of them fall out, you replace them with the next. You gotta have a starting 5.
So that's poor math. Though.
It's not poor math.
Because you're talking about entering something 50%.
Yeah.
Well, if you got 5 on the roster, you ain't giving 50%.
You never know who gonna go 100%. So you got better options in dealing with one than
He
dealing
working
with
on that
five.
new
Dealing
math,
with,
y'all.
no, for real though. Like y'all,
That's a formula. I don't understand.
Don't you think you got a better chance with dealing with five than dealing with one? Because that one might not meet you even halfway. So now what you gotta do? You gotta reschedule. Now you gotta take time out to find a whole new person.
Now,
You gotta
I mean,
invest in a whole
I
new
understand
individual.
the people who are dating.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna say.
That's what I was gonna
understand.
say. What is his purpose in dating?
Right. Because I understand the people that are dating and then
Yeah.
they're trying to find that one, so they're dating multiple
Yeah.
people.
But you're trying to,
But
so
to
you're going
me-
up in the aspect of building.
Right.
That's
So
your
for
thing.
me, it's like I can't. I'm spreading myself thin.
All right, so let's be petty. You want to be real? Let's be petty right now. You want to talk about building?
Yeah.
You found that? You want to talk about it?
Not yet. No.
All right then. So let me hook you up, my brother.
No,
Come
I don't
on.
want- no,
Listen,
no,
I have
no.
had his.
I don't want
I have had his best interest at heart for the past
But
10
you can't say
years.
that. But you can't say that.
Yes.
Because if you really have my best interest at
you
heart,
don't listen
knowing,
to me.
Listen, if you have my best interest at heart, knowing who I am and how I am, you would not insult me with trying to connect me with any woman that you know.
What you mean? I know women that don't even want to be with me. They more your type. So what you
The fact that they talk to you is a flag for me. That's
Okay,
concerning.
oh yeah, right. Because the last time,
That's shady.
remember the last time she only wanted to
No.
talk about me. That's just I just had that effect.
Uh-uh.
I'm sorry.
No.
Listen, I try my best for this man.
No.
This is my brother.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm good.
We've been through the strain, the struggle, and the fire of Tartarus.
And he has burned me on the way.
That sounds wrong. You can't say stuff like that.
It's crazy. Get out of here. Nah, come on, take us to the next verse, man.
No, he just got the chorus to
Oh,
repeat.
we'll go back over the chorus because we got some new listeners in.
All right. Oh no, you broke my heart. I just want to hurt you bad. I just want to hurt you bad. You left this scar. I just want to hurt you bad. I just want to hurt you bad. You left me on. I just want to hurt you bad. I just want to hurt you bad. Wasted my time. I just want to hurt you bad. I just want to make you feel my wrath. Sorry.
And you started to
Like,
feel it, right?
yeah, I was that beat right there.
Now with the
And
chorus
then
though,
he said, I just want to hurt you bad.
we can unpack this part because we didn't touch this part in the chorus. He said you left me on,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm actually dealing with a situation now of a couple,
Mm-hmm.
and he said those exact words, like she left me on. I said, what you mean? He like, I'm in the limbo stance.
Oh, so she like let him on type stuff?
No,
Or
left
like,
me on, like meaning like say certain things to make you think and feel one way,
Oh.
but your actions is like
It's
I'm
completely
dipping,
opposite. Yeah.
but
yeah.
I'm saying enough to keep you holding on,
Yeah.
but I'm still moving this way.
Oh, he might as well leave because she's sleeping with somebody
Yeah.
else.
Jeez.
He might as well.
So
That sounds way too familiar to me.
cause you do it.
Nah, cause
Oh, all right.
I know
Petty
homies
shots
that
fired. Bang.
I know homies that's going through that right now. You might as well. I tell them the same thing. You might as well just leave, dog.
But so let me ask you this though. But why is that the mentality? Why is
Leave?
it? Why is it? No. But why is it we always go to they sleeping with somebody else?
Because so remember when people used to say, not even people used to say, but say all the time, you make time for
What's
what you
important.
Yeah, exactly to you, exactly.
Uh-huh.
So I've known people who would text all day, text that one person all day,
Right.
and that's because they care, but they don't get it in return because that person doesn't feel that same way. But it is like a cycle because it's a cycle that said a girl can feel a lot about a dude, but the dude don't feel a lot about her, but feel a lot of way about another girl, and then she feels that way about another guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a complete circle.
Okay.
It's always continuous. We care about the ones who don't care about us, and they care about the ones who don't care about them. So we're always shifting our attention to the ones that we actually crave,
Got it.
not the ones that
Got
we
it.
actually
Flip
deserve.
it. But I'm gonna take it back to the lyrics. It could be a situation of a scar was created,
Mhm.
so there's still an emotional attachment. I still love you. I still care about you. However, common, but because you've done this, I'm kind of
Security.
I'm moving away. They said something there.
Security.
But even with that, right? With that security, right? Somebody is still getting hurt. It's selfishness.
Yeah,
That's
we're
even
human.
that security. That's selfishness
We're human.
because now you only focused on your feelings and
And your happiness.
you're not even being real with you though, even in that moment, because it's like I'm unhappy with this, but I'm unhappy with this, so my focus is going to shift over here, but I'm still going to keep you on hold.
Mhm. Let me ask you this though: how many times in life have we all kept somebody on the hook because we knew they were easily accessible if we needed that emotional attachment or physical arrangement, compared to the person who we actually want, who is doing the same thing to us? We've all done it, bro. We've all done it.
But are we talking a sincere relationship, or are we talking about an agreement?
No, it's not even an agreement. It's like, all right, cool. You might like somebody, they might like you at one point. It's
Because here's the problem. Let me just elaborate, because, and I say it all the time, you can never enter in a ship, right? Because we try to label these things now. We be like, oh, I'm not in a relationship, I'm in a situationship. Like we always try to play with words, switch it up, and think it's going to redefine something or make something different. Understand that when you get involved with someone, period, right? Because you be like, oh, nah, it's just physical.
yeah.
That physicalness is going to create and build an emotional attachment.
That's on one party though. I don't know.
Listen, I know you, King Petty, King Slayer, the King No Heart, No Strings, no emotion, no attachment.
I don't associate emotion with physicality.
But listen, you say that.
That's a fact.
You say that,
Come on, you know my body count.
and you said right, and you shouldn't be proud of that. However,
What do you mean I should?
you say that, but there has been conversations where you have said, you know what, I feel bad that I did her like that. Have you
Was I
not?
on the phone with her?
No. See, you know what? I'm being petty tonight. I'm going to expose him. I'm trying to listen. All his friends. No. Not
Yo,
for real.
listen.
There has been times though, and for real though, there's been times where you come to the realization like,
Yeah, but that's like a 20-second thing.
it doesn't matter, but it still was a thing. It still was a thought, so which means it still triggered something.
Yeah. So you
But it passed. But it doesn't matter. You just validated my point.
So you mean to tell me it matters because it existed at that point, but even though it doesn't exist anymore, it still exists in general?
It existed. So what makes you
That's
think?
the past term
That doesn't matter.
existed.
But the fact that you confessed it, what makes you think she didn't feel it?
Because I got niggas like you who make me feel guilty.
No, no, no.
Oh man.
This is deep today. Episode 3 is deep, yo. The trifecta, bro. This is a deep one. We getting all emotional and stuff. This is disgusting. I'm about to throw up when we finish this.
Because you know, and this is my bro, and I love him, but
He ain't shit. He about to shit in.
the way he move and think is not a reflection of all men, and the way some females that we have encountered is not the reflection of all women.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But your definition of females is different than my definition of females. Like, we have females, you have females that I don't like, and I have females that you don't like.
correct.
But I think that just comes down to our different personalities.
Absolutely.
Which is why we actually coexist so well, because we're two opposite sides of the same coin. So we actually can have a conversation and try to understand one another and share ideals. Even
Right.
though we don't always agree on everything.
Correct.
I think that's what it is.
Right. However,
He's always trying to rebuttal stuff. Like, it's so annoying.
I'm being petty. Nah, because yo, at some point, I'm gonna say this because you know what, right? So Naya said she believed in energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she specified karma. At some point, all this is gonna catch up to you.
I was you think because I'm gonna have a daughter? You think that's not what I want?
And why do you men automatically go to I'ma have a daughter?
Because that's what y'all think.
It doesn't. It's not y'all. No, you just might meet the woman.
You just told me that like not too long ago.
No, you just might meet your match, and she might break you down and tear you apart.
Listen,
and then I'm gonna be in there, and
listen,
I'm gonna have to hold you while you.
I would never in my life cry over a female.
You say that today?
Never. I am
Oh, it's
27 years old, bro.
You say that today?
I'm telling you
You say that
for
today,
a
but
fact.
you're bound to meet her.
Bro, I already met her, and I don't care. You know her.
You ain't here to die.
Yes, because she's the same sign as me, and I met her, and you know her.
Okay.
Dimples.
And how many times have you gone back to her?
How many times she going back to me?
Oh, see,
Yeah,
there we
see,
go.
look,
You don't never want to take responsibility, though.
You
See,
see
God, man.
That shit equal out, bro.
No.
That shit equal out. That shit equal out, though.
No.
It equal out, bro.
No.
I'm telling you.
No. He don't.
So let me highlight my favorite parts that he repeats throughout the song.
We was cutting you off for the longest, yo. We was canceling you out. My fault, yo.
You were saying, Chris, that like it frustrates you when people don't answer the phone, but I took it that like he already know like it's a rap, but I just want you to answer the phone so I can get my shit off. Like I can tell you about yourself, I can vent. Now that's a whole nother level of frustration because it's like, you know, all right, I see where we going, but I still need to tell you about yourself. Like answer the phone so I can get this off, and then I could bang out and we could be done.
But even with that, and that's I get that part, but I'm gonna be transparent. There is still an ounce of hope in that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So like
I
his
just want to tell you
his hurt is saying I just want to get on the phone
and talk about it.
and blow you.
Yeah.
But in his heart of hearts, it's I want to get you on the phone so I can say what I want to say what I want to say because you hurt me, so I want to hurt you back.
Yeah.
But I hope that in the process of me expressing my hurt, I get you back.
Mm.
Well, I'm a weirdo, and I just want you to learn from your mistakes. Like, I want your next relationship to be better than this. I want you to understand that what you did is foul, and you will not be a successful person, a good human being if you continue to carry on this way. So I just want you to be better, and I feel, as the victim of your BS, that it should be me to let you know what you need to learn from this situation.
Petty.
Because that's my petty. That's my petty.
That's your petty. I'm glad you confessed your pettiness.
Yes, I want you to learn from this, okay? So that the next time you do better. Because I get satisfaction from that. If your next relationship is if you doing better than what you did when we were together, I feel like I am successful. Thank you.
Wait, back up.
My hurt wasn't in vain.
So you felt. Wait, say that again. If the next relationship is successful.
Right. If you do better in your next relationship than you did when we were together, I feel successful. Okay. My hurt wasn't in vain. You learned something.
So you was the sacrifice.
Mm.
And I'm strong enough to be that. A lot of people aren't. So I am proud to be the one to handle that for you because Lord knows you come across one of these other females and she won't be crying for a year, setting houses on fire, we throwing clothes out. These are the things that I've seen females do that I'm like, shorty, what's up? Like, you good? I ain't finna do all that.
Okay.
But
mainly because I worked hard for my stuff and I don't want nobody doing that to me, and I know I broke a few hearts, so you know that's really the reason. But still, you know, you get the same point.
yeah. But quick interjection, real quick. This is like the second or third time.
In the mic.
Second or third time, Bianca has asked, who hurt you, and I'm just trying to elaborate and let y'all know, I've never been hurt.
Bianca, I'm with you,
It's
sis.
just I
I ask the
don't
question
feel
all the time.
I don't feel the whole emotional connection that only I feel. I was raised by a bunch of people from the 60s and the 70s where all that love shit get niggas hurt. So that love shit get you killed. You do not love. So that's where I come from. So I don't have personal connections. I might have friendships, but I don't feel love. Like I don't feel that. Like that's just, I don't know if it makes me a sociopath or psychopath. I don't know. But I just don't feel it. I don't know what it is about
me.
me.
You say to me, I love you, bro. What does that mean?
Oh no, we just brothers. Like brothers is different. Like, but what I mean when it comes to like relationships, like females, like wanting a wife and a family and kid. I don't feel that, bro. I don't want that. I can't feel like I just. You see, I'm
That's
laughing
different than
about it.
love, though. You can't
I don't-
define love just based on the outcome of a relationship.
Listen, sometimes I can't even. You can see I can't even explain it. I just don't feel it. It's not in me to feel that.
Hold on. Nah, say what you say again.
I say you can't define love based on the outcome of the relationship. Like you basing love on like I don't feel love because I don't want a wife and I don't want kids. Like that's not what love
I don't want a
is, bro.
relationship.
Like
That's love. Love is a relationship too. Like I don't
every
see.
relationship, not just romantic.
I
And
don't-
just because you
I'm not having
feel,
sex with Chris.
which I don't think you're being all the way honest with yourself, but that's another conversation for another time. Just
Yeah.
because you feel you can't love a female in that way doesn't mean that you don't feel love.
Shut up, Bianca. But I hear you. Nah, she got Rose on. She always talking stuff like for no reason. But no, I don't like. I don't know. I feel like brotherly love from my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like my homies, my
But
boys.
let me-
But
let me-
when
let me-
it comes to like relationships, like cool, like yeah, we could like
So let me say
mess
this.
around, but I don't want to build anything.
But
you know
let
what I'm
me.
saying?
So we talked about this when we was talking about JI, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about the comparison to our upbringing, and we talked about that hood life mentality, that
Yeah.
street life mentality, right? But understand, even with that, right, the reality of that is abandonment and neglect.
It's not. I don't. No,
It-
it's not.
it is.
It's not
It's a
abandonment.
form-
Neglect.
it is. It's a form of abandonment and neglect.
It's a form of a product
survival.
of your environment. That's what it is. It's a product of your environment. It's not a product. It's a product of your environment. Like when we grew up, how we grew up, it was none of that. Like yo, if you were soft, it was a dub. Like I have mad friends who ain't lived to this day because they were soft. And like I told you before, women are the root of all evil. I mean, I love y'all, but y'all like you know how many times we didn't use y'all to set somebody up. I'm just
And
saying
I
that
completely
is
understand
like
all of that.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I completely understand everything that you're saying, but are you saying that love is soft? By showing love that you're viewed as soft?
nah. Not showing love is soft. It's just I can't see myself building that
That's
relationship.
exactly what he's saying.
I can't see myself.
It
I
sounds
love-
like
I
you
love my
feel
people,
like, and I get it,
I
because I
love
have that.
no, because I have
that
female friends. I have female friends. I love them to death. Y'all already know that. I love y'all to death. I got my homies, my boys. I love y'all to death. I love my mother, I love my brother, I love my sister, I love my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, my nephews, my nieces. I love all of them.
Different types of love.
But but I don't gravitate to that kind of love when it comes to relationships that everybody else crave for. Like I don't crave that. It's like I'm cool with just being yo, what's up? You trying to leave in the morning? I'm cool with that. Like I'm cool with that mentality. Like I'm okay with
And
that.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, like I'm alright with that. Like I don't wanna force myself to change who I am to try to fit into a specific demographic because that's what society claims is supposed to be right. Like you're supposed to crave a relationship or you're supposed to crave a family, you're supposed to crave to have kids. Like, I don't want that.
I would necessarily.
I just want to be a bachelor. That's what I want to do. Just be a bachelor.
And there's
You know
nothing
what I'm
wrong
saying?
with that.
That's
At all.
it.
I do think that your verbiage is problematic, but again, I don't think we gonna go that far deep today. But I think that there are things about love that you don't readily identify, and that's fine because that's not where you are in life right now, and that's fine
That
too.
might be, that's,
So
that
I
might be
just
what it
think
is.
that as long as you be
Yeah,
I'm not
honest
saying
with
that.
yourself,
I said that's how you feel today.
Yeah.
But the day is going to come
When I'm 60,
where there's going to be a shift.
when I'm 60 and I'm dating a 24-year-old.
it's possible that he'll never want to be in a serious relationship. He'll never want to pay me, and that's fine too.
He's a baby
There's
dad.
nothing wrong with that either.
Go ahead, unpack these lyrics. I'm not.
It was the other one that I really like. I know what goes around comes around, but that ain't enough. We talked about karma, and that's the thing about wanting to be petty is karma is so much more patient than people are.
Mhm.
Like it's like, bro, this just happened. I need for him to be hurt right now. Like, I don't want him to be hurt in his next relationship 5 years down the line. No, no, no. Hurt this homie right now because I'm upset. And if you don't hurt him, karma, I'm going to hurt him. But that's the thing about getting out of your feelings and really evaluating and assessing the situation. Because if you believe in karma, if you believe that what goes around comes around, if you interfere and you inflict your own karma on this person, you now have negative energy coming for you. A lot of people don't step out of their emotions long enough to evaluate that aspect of karma.
So we often talk about the differences between a response and a reaction, right? So and what happens is, and this is what this song is. It's literally from a point of reacting. He's reacting out of hurt. You hurt me, so now I'm gonna get back into it. And I mean, I love the fact that he even titled the song Petty. Like, that just goes to show how much he actually took himself out of the situation and then looked from the outside in, like, bro, you're being petty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really are being petty, but I still need to go ahead and vent and get this out.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so I like the fact that he could break it down to where it's a matter of transparency, where he's being true to him. You know what I mean? He's facing his inner truth, like, this is who I am right now. I'm petty because I'm hurt, and because I'm hurt, I want to be petty. And the song to me is a true reflection and a straight confession of this is where I am. Piece of my confession.
Yeah.
What was there another verse on that? Okay.
But I can go back to the first verse where he says, just starting out the song, you think this is a game. Oh, my feelings are a game now. Just feeling like you're being played with and you're not being taken seriously is super frustrating. I just feel like when you're petty, that comes from, and when you talk about reaction versus response, it's like a lot of those negative reactions come from emotions, and I feel like petty comes from a frustrated emotion, like that's the emotion that you're in. And that can be frustrating, just feeling like you being played with, like you're not being taken seriously.
Right.
So let me see what else she said. I'm the one to blame. That, like, wanting to take accountability for your actions, for what we was talking about earlier, Tavon, is like I want to hold myself accountable for ignoring those red flags right early in the game. But his very next line is, forget that, I'm gonna blame you. Because again, I'm in my feelings right now. Like, sure, I should have dipped out. I saw the red flags. I decided to stay. Yeah. But right now I'm mad at you. So let me put my anger and my frustration and my energy onto you, because that's easier than self-reflecting. Yeah. Being petty is so much easier than having to really like look at yourself and learn the lesson.
It's always easy to put blame on somebody else. Always.
Yeah.
Always. That's
absolutely on that one. But even if I could just be petty in this moment, like, let me get this off, and then I'll go back to being mature and respond.
Like when you become level-headed again, but like, now I'm back to my senses, and then I'll be taking responsibility.
Right.
But go repeat that verse. Say it again.
First verse? Yeah. You think this is a game? Oh, my feelings are a game now. Baby, I'm the one to blame on. Forget that, I'ma blame you. I did everything for you.
Can we look at it from a victim standpoint? Right? So, because sometimes the hurt is so real, you need to identify, and I just had this conversation with my boy the other day. You're trying to identify where to redirect, point, identify, whatever. You're trying to figure out, like, where did we go wrong? Where did I go wrong? What did I do in order for you to do this to me? So sometimes you might not even be at fault. but you'll take the hit and start blaming yourself because it's like, yo, if you can do all this to me, I had to do something to you in order for you to do this to me.
Nah, that's real. That's real.
See, I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that.
You know, and for me, it was like, because of the amount of pain that was expressed in the song, I saw the victim. I saw the boy inside the man that was hurt. That's what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
I saw like I saw some rooted issues, and she hit it.
Yeah.
She just dug it all up. Now, I'm about to I'm going ham. I'm going in.
But that's what he says in the next line. I did everything for you. Switched up on my friends for you. Like, bro, how did I mess up? Like, where did I mess up at?
Right.
I really was trying.
Right.
Like, what happened?
I did
and
everything.
you can't even give me the respect, the human decency to let me know. You still making me feel like we good, but your actions are showing me that we not.
And I always talk and stress communication in every relationship because this all could have been resolved with one conversation.
Yeah.
Like so many things in relationships could be avoided if people could if people could come to the table and have a conversation, but learn how to respect people where they are. We might not agree, but respect them in that disagreement. But we be so focused on, you're not seeing it my way. No. Let me get my point across,
like
and now it becomes this
like
tit for tat. Now we going at each other's throats, so nobody's being heard, and everybody's walking away hurt.
It's like, all right, let me say my piece, and you try to understand or try to, you know what I'm saying, connect to what I'm explaining to you.
Yeah.
And then after you connect and understand what I'm explaining to you, then maybe you can rebuttal and tell me your side or what your interpretation is. But when it's always like one person says, oh, this is how I see something, they're like, well, I don't see it that way.
Right.
That's not how it is.
Right.
And it's like, you're not paying attention, you're not understanding what I'm saying.
And understand that although you might not see it that way, that doesn't mean it's right, wrong, or indifferent.
Yeah.
We're just different people.
Yeah.
I'm a man, you're a woman. That's a difference right there.
So at the end of the day, we're not always going to see the same. We always going to have different personalities and different perspectives, but still, you gotta be able to respect your partner's like their point of view and their aspect on things.
So how do we avoid the petty?
It's not possible.
You know.
I think like two things that I always tell the boys is, one is you can't control anybody's actions but your own. So how someone makes you feel is personal to you. It has nothing to do with them, because your feelings, there's nothing more personal than your feelings. Right? So however that person, quote unquote, made you feel, how you handle those feelings is your responsibility. You have to be accountable for that.
So we're going back to response and reaction.
So it's up to them being a one-sided reaction for them to be able to control the situation and the response that they get. So should they still be involved with the individual if they don't get the feedback of a response that they actually desire?
That's a good question.
Like, because if you tell them, it's up to them to be upset. Cause so if you could tell somebody, like, somebody could cheat on you, you could be like, yo, you hurt me, and they'd be like, well, you wasn't doing what you were supposed to be doing. That's why I did it. They're not supposed to be upset.
And you know how many people stay after that? You acting like
but
this
I'm
is
saying,
good.
like, they're not supposed to be upset
That
about it.
happens every day.
What? I'm not understanding.
You can be upset about it.
But you have to.
But there's a way to even express your upset feeling. Right.
Oh, okay.
Right. So instead of being petty, right? Instead of doing the tit for tat, instead of doing something spiteful, communicate them.
You communicate. They just cheated on you. You gotta leave. They don't care. You gotta go.
But you made a point. Even with the cheating. But you made a point. You was like, you wasn't here. You wasn't doing what you. And again, conversation.
Yeah.
So before we get to that point of cheating, how about we talk about what's missing or the lack thereof that might be pushing or leading someone to that point?
But you never know if somebody. You don't never know if somebody.
And cheating isn't a limitation for everybody.
Cheating is what?
Isn't a limitation for everybody. Everybody has different limitations.
Yeah, you.
So
you
even in that, you just like you gotta leave.
They get caught.
No, but I'm saying me, right? So me, the individual.
Yeah.
if I feel like my relationship is lacking, if I feel like I'm not getting the attention, if I feel like you're not doing something good, whatever, blah blah blah, a conversation could change a lot of that.
Mm.
But instead, some of us take the punk route out and I'm just going to cheat. And that's what it is to me. It's the easy road.
It's the easy way, yeah, because it's non-emotional.
And then
I'm not saying that I have
people can
cheated.
be demanding in relationships too, and something that I also teach the boys is give yourself an hour.
Hold on, Naya, start over, because he.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Javon.
No, go ahead. No. I cut you off. My fault.
No, it's okay. I also teach the boys that, people can be demanding of your time and of your emotions. So give yourself an hour. Like, if something triggers you, right? Something said in a conversation or an action was displayed that you did not like, and you have anger or you have a reaction to it, give yourself time to process that before you react or respond. Because people just be like, oh, I want to talk about this right now, but if I'm not in a space to have this conversation with you, we're not going to have a healthy conversation.
Yeah.
So I always tell the boys, like, if something happens where you're upset, give yourself an hour. We have an hour rule. Like, okay, we can talk about it in an hour. Go, walk away, get yourself together, and then we'll talk about it. Yeah, and another thing that I teach the boys is, people think that once they apologize, the person's supposed to get over it. And that's not valid. Again, you can't control anybody's emotions but your own. Mm-hmm. An apology is nothing but words, especially when there's no action behind it. So in that moment of the apology, that doesn't mean that I'm over it.
Because somebody could apologize and be like, oh, well, I apologize.
You to show me that you're really sorry, and even in you showing me, I can still feel however I want to feel.
Yes,
you can't control me. You can't just say, well, I said sorry, so. So I'm still hurt. I'm still going to be hurt. I'm still dealing with my hurt. So let me deal with my hurt.
I stress the fact, I teach with children, and when talking relationships, I teach the timing factor. Mm-hmm. If it's a heated moment, take a time out. Yeah. But that same amount of time and energy that you took for that time out, you need to increase your timing. So take an hour break,
you're like
get yourself together, but we need 2 hours in on this conversation. You feel me? Because that hour can also build and allow more separation, more anxiety, more disconnect,
more anger when you start
because now because really in that hour, are we really taking time to think to calm down, or are we really taking time to think of more reasons to be upset? Because what happens in most cases, right, is where the petty come in. What happens in most cases is we're not looking really to challenge that behavior or really work through those emotions. We end up, all right, well, you did this today. Yesterday you didn't do this. Last week you said this. 2 months ago, I remember, and then you just become this explosion. You're just taking time out.
A whole bunch of different categories.
Well, it's not a time out if you're using it to practice your argument.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's why I take that time out to get yourself together, but put time in to communicate and write and rectify what the issue is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, in most cases, you take that hour break and you walk away and you angry and then you huffing and puffing and you like,
this is why I be having you as the therapist. I be like, she upset. Can you find out what's going on with her? Because I don't really care. She be like, because I feel like, be Karen. And you be like,
you don't be
Karen. I don't. Right.
I
don't.
He doesn't be Karen.
Oh my God, I make myself seem so bad.
You just being honest, it's okay. No.
But you know what? He giving a partial honesty though, because there has been moments where this guy was like, you know what?
You be talking to her, bro.
That wasn't right.
Yeah, you know well, that too. Yeah, I'll be like, all right. Give me like 2 or 3 days. I'll be like, all right. I was bugged out. My fault. And then we go back to arguing.
But see, and I also think though, and that's the difference though, because you like that though. You like that spicy, that saucy.
Because it makes sex better.
as you proclaim.
Yeah, I like sex. It makes sex better. I don't want no
Oh,
bland
man.
sex all the time. Like, man. What? Be angry.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Get aggressive.
See so you're coming from that position because you haven't experienced love.
I fucking like love. How many times I gotta
You don't,
explain this
but
to
you don't even know what love is.
I've been loved twice.
And we're back from commercial.
I've been-
I can't with this guy. What?
I've been loved twice. Not for my like in a relationship. I've been loved twice. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know what that feeling is to even consider it love. Like you can tell me and I'll say it back, but I don't feel the same way that you feel. I'll just say
Exactly.
it.
It's
because you're
different to
saying it.
everybody.
It is different.
That's what I'm saying. I don't feel it.
But-
Like, I don't feel it.
All right, so let's go back to the lyrics. How he said, "You kept me on."
Yep.
Right? You kept me on.
Uh-huh.
So understand, right? When she might be saying "I love you," understand where she's coming from when she says it. Because when you say it back, although for you it's just I'm just regurgitating, right, what you gave to me, so I'm just giving it back to you. Understand what you're doing in that moment.
Man, I ain't trying no argument though. I'll be just like, yo, I tell it back to you.
See,
It's cool.
see, I don't even do that.
I'll be
If
like,
somebody
nah.
say I love you and I don't
Love
feel
you
the
too.
same way, I'd be like, thank you, or I appreciate that, or that's what's up. You know, I'm not finna lie to you, because then your expectations of me is gonna be different, and I'm not finna step my game up to meet what you expecting just because you
Listen,
feel something
I
that
just
I
be
don't.
like, listen.
I'm cool.
I love
Maybe
you
that's
too.
just petty me,
Nah,
but
see,
that,
now-
I'm not doing it.
But then now,
But there's
then
power
it gets,
in that word.
But if I don't say it, then it becomes an issue. And
So-
now it's like, oh,
If
hold
you
on,
say
you
it,
didn't
don't
But
say
why are
say
it.
you
that.
worried? But why are you worried about an issue if you don't care?
Because the sex is good. Why would I want to compromise that? Like, what is wrong with y'all?
No, what's wrong with you?
No, I am more in tune with like my physicality. Like, why would I want to jeopardize myself? That's like saying, yo, I'm gonna go into the police station. Hey, yo, I just robbed the bank, y'all.
Because while you playing on somebody's emotions,
Mhm.
you know
I'm not playing on emotions. I'm
You
telling
are.
her, I'm giving her what she needs, that satisfaction.
No.
It's not playing on emotions.
It is. Because again, if she's coming from a vulnerable place and if she's coming from a place of sincerity and she says, because understand what love is and what it means. And it's an
Mhm.
action word, right?
Yeah.
So if she expresses that to you and she's showing it to you and then you just saying it back just to keep the sex spicy,
It's to satisfy her.
understand.
Her needs.
Okay, but understand the day you decide to really show her who you are and the egg is cracked, don't be mad when she going upside your dome. Don't be mad when she looking to do something petty. Don't be mad when she's getting ready to do something spicy. You can't be mad at that.
Do what?
Embrace
spicy?
all of that.
Do what spicy though?
No, spiteful. I
Oh,
said.
spiteful.
Right.
Oh,
so
like what?
So
Like put me
she
on chest support?
so she busts out your windows. She set your clothes on fire. You know, whatever the extremes. She does that. She does those things. So you understand that you have to
You
be
about
willing
to
to embrace all
incriminate
that.
me. I can't. We can't go further. You about to incriminate me.
I'm just
bro.
saying, you gotta. That's the reality of it. You need to, and that's the thing. People need to understand, right? One, what love was.
She even
what,
Bianca said, "Good sex will make a nigga think he in love." You talking too much right now.
Yeah, but you're not even saying that though. You're saying that you're
I'm
just saying it
saying
because
that
she said it.
No, because
but
of-
what I'm saying is you need to
If the sex is
understand.
good, she said, "I love you." I'm saying, "Love you better."
You're being immature in this moment because you're
No,
being
y'all
stuck
niggas
on.
being too emotional.
No, you're being stuck on the physicality, but you're not identifying what love truly is.
Y'all being too emotional.
What love was created to be, and then what other people identify what love is to them.
But everybody has their own interpretation of
Correct. But what I'm
So
saying
what makes
is,
my interpretation of love different than yours?
you're not because you're not communicating that to that person.
I just
You're not
told
being
you.
fair.
I just told her I said that.
Right? No.
Because
No. No. That's what you're saying in this conversation, but you don't say it to her.
I
You
do
don't
tell her. I do tell her.
So you
And
so you telling me
I do
you tell
her
a
the
female,
situation.
listen, okay, so she say, I love you. You say, well, I'm going to say I love you back because I just want the sex to be good.
No, I just said I love you because I know.
Exactly. So that's the point.
Because I want the sex to keep being good.
But that's the point. You are not taking into consideration where she's coming from in her expression of love.
But what makes that any different than somebody cheating on you and then still saying that they love you?
We are talking
Whoa,
different.
that's the same concept.
No, it's
Same concept. Same concept. Same concept.
Going back to the lyrics, you're keeping them on. Going back to the lyrics.
She said we back to A's. You put that.
Because we are back to the egg, because that was your analogy. The minute you crack that egg and expose yourself, listen, you
For the women, Tavon, please explain to me why you think "I love you" is the appropriate response if you don't feel that way. Explain that to me, please.
I just think it's just like just making them feel comfortable. That's it. Like I don't wanna play them in a sense, and then I don't wanna jeopardize.
What do you think is going on with
I don't want to jeopardize the situation for myself.
Do you hear what she's saying?
What you said?
You gotta repeat it because he was talking.
Say again.
I said, what do you think she's feeling, or how do you think she feels when you say "I love you" and don't mean it? Because
She don't know
I just don't understand.
She don't know I mean it until we break up. She don't know.
So, but this is what I'm saying. You're saying you don't want to play her, but then you saying I'm going to lie to her to make her.
Would you
That's
let her
playing
finish so you can hear everything, and the audience need to hear all that she's saying. So
Okay,
listen.
I say you're playing her. When you say I don't want to play her, I don't want her to feel played, so I tell her that, you are playing her by lying to her, by telling her you love her and you don't. And this is what makes me wonder if you're being all the way honest with yourself, if you're not being honest with the girl.
People lie every day. People lie on their taxes. People lie on child support. People lie on their jobs, unemployment.
So like. So this is the reality?
Yeah, so niggas lie.
This is your excuse.
Yes, niggas lie. Like, yo, like, how does it make me any different? Because I'm honest about it. Like, at least I'm honest about lying. And it's not even lying
what an oxymoron.
Just to lie. It's like lying to make her feel comfortable.
Why do you say what an oxymoron? Can you explain that to this one?
Honest about lying, my guy. Once you lie, it's hard to trust anything you say after that.
That's cool. That's why she ain't gonna be around. I don't understand. This is what I'm saying. It makes it really hard for me to process the emotional level that y'all expect me to understand. I'm not on that emotion.
But it's not even an expectation, right? So if that's who you are, that's who you are, right? But where do you decide to take where do you decide to turn around the corner and take in consideration the damage that you could be doing to somebody?
I don't know.
At what point do, because, and then, right, because you don't care, right? You are emotionally unattached.
Yeah.
But at what point do you take your own safety into consideration?
My safety?
Absolutely.
I don't have to take my safety into consideration.
Not really. Not if you out here just.
You know I know how to. You know I know how to take my safety into consideration.
Stop. Hear me. You don't know what people are capable of.
I was going to say, you underestimating a woman's
You do not know what people are capable of. And what we're talking about, right? We're talking about a person now in a position of they are scorned.
Mm-hmm.
And even in the lyrics, he's talking about being petty, but understand that pettiness, right? He even said a key word. I'm so hurt, I want you to feel my wrath. That is another level of anger. That now means that I'm beyond the fact or the idea of just hurting you. Now I'm out for blood.
Come on, bro.
All right.
Come on, man. Like,
listen, he got it all figured out. He got all the answers.
It's not about having all the answers. I just know how to move properly. That's why I've never had an issue in my life.
And we've identified.
I've never had
in this entire show that you are not being real to yourself.
I've never had an issue in my life where I had to deal with anybody who's going to cause me issues because of an emotional level.
That's not true.
Now, I've never had. When have you ever had me have somebody hit me up on some crazy shit, pop up in my crib? When? Never. Not once. Anybody ever threatened me? Never. I know how to handle all these situations, bro.
Let's go back to Fairy Ave. Because Fairy Ave still. Fairy Ave is still hanging on.
Only time she came through, she ain't hanging on. She's gone. I let that go. That's been going for 3 months. Yeah.
3 months, but how many years we going back though?
Because she keep coming back. She keep coming
This
back,
one,
bro.
like you're not being real.
She keep coming back. Who am I to say no? If you trying to throw it at me, who am I to say no at?
But let me ask you this:
Oh,
every
I
time
know.
she come back, what's the first thing that come out her mouth? What she say to you?
How are you?
No, come on. What be the conversation? You hurt me. You
No,
did this.
That's like
You did
probably
that.
like three weeks in. Then she talking about some like.
But it's still a conversation that's had. Yes.
Then she talk about some. Oh, you cheated. Like I've never cheated on anybody in a relationship ever. She just got a problem with me dealing with Spanish girls. That's it. That's all it is. Like I'm telling you the truth, bro. That's all it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, so we have some.
Yo, this guy got real dark, real quick in the past 10
we have
minutes.
some
yo.
additional new listeners in. So what we're discussing the song titled "Petty" by artist Cameron J. And the song pretty much is breaking down his feelings of being petty and wanting to pretty much retaliate out of hurt. So we're talking about hurt people hurting people. We're talking about people being scorned. We're talking about healing and the lack thereof. We're talking about relationships not ending on good terms. We're talking about levels of communication. We're talking about differences in love. We're talking about a bunch of different things, right? So what we encourage all to do, because what we always do in each episode, we start the episode playing a song. But if you missed it, please go back, listen to the song. I jokingly said it, but I also mean what I said. If you find yourself listening to the song and you can relate to the lyrics and agree in his position, ladies and gentlemen, you are petty. And as Naya says, there's nothing wrong with being petty, but it's how you handle.
Why you don't look at me like that?
It's how you handle.
That's so petty.
It's how you handle it, and it's how you express it, right? Because we are human, we are people, we do have feelings, we have emotions, and all of us deal with things differently. But in most cases, right, in adulthood especially, we will often say, "I'm not a petty person," or what's the other words we always say? Other phrases. Oh, I'm not petty. I don't have a low self-esteem. Different things of that nature, and it's not until you find yourself in certain situations to where you find yourself really sitting, thinking, reflecting, and identifying some things in you, right? So, and it's crazy, right? Because we what we're doing is we unpack the lyrics, right? So we take music and we correlate it to everyday life, right? And the awesome thing about this song and all the previous songs and different artists that we've had on the podcast thus far is we address the different meanings of the lyrics, right? Based off of persona, based off of experience, based off of the artist's expression, based off of our experiences, whatever the case may be. And what it does is it broadens our horizon. It allows us to think differently, allows us to see things differently, and it allows us to see people differently and situations differently. So, we encourage you to definitely listen to the song. The song is titled "Petty." The artist is Cameron J. And seriously, unpack the song for yourself. If you're in a relationship, if you're looking to be in a relationship, listen to those lyrics, read the lyrics, get an understanding of where he is, and if you find yourself agreeing, don't just identify and agree, but identify the fact that you're petty. And that there are some issues that you need to iron out within yourself before the next relationship, or before you try to repair your current relationship. All right. We only got 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna just run through the administrative things real quick. So if there are any artists out there, any listeners that has a project, any music that you definitely want to push, whether it be new, whether it be old, what have you, we do have a different audience that we're reaching on this podcast. We do advertise on Podbean, Anchor. Shout out to our sponsors from Anchor. It is taking our podcast to additional media outlets such as iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and other major streaming media outlets. Is that? But if you do have music that you definitely want to push, we definitely would will be very interested in taking you on. We do not discriminate. We are open to all genres: gospel, hip hop, R&B, rap, rock, metal, jazz, pop. Listen, we do not we don't discriminate. We definitely want to broaden the horizons in the music industry, get artists discovered, but we also want to get an understanding of today's music and what we're listening to. So definitely submit your request to us at bringing lyrics to life at yahoo.com. That's bringing lyrics to life at yahoo.com. You can also reach us on Facebook on our page, Bringing Lyrics to Life, or you can call 856-323-8572. That's 856-323-8572. We have on our panel we have Naya, who is a 15-time publisher and author. She is a self-publisher of 15 awesome different books. She also has background in the music industry and is a phenomenal writer. Tavon is also has his background in the music industry, as well as myself. So we try to bring a different spin on the songs that we're unpacking. So we definitely would be interested in anything that you might want to submit. And we're definitely interested in what is different ideas that you all might want to hear from us. So definitely comment, let us know different things that you would like to hear, different songs you want to hear. Next week we have I'll release it. Next week we have we have artist Maurice Griffin will be joining us. He is a gospel artist. Most people know him from Sunday's Best, and we'll be featuring his song "Prove Me I'm Yours." And if you've been keeping up with our podcast, you will see a trend. We are purposely picking titles of songs and artists that will cause you to think about some things, and definitely cause you to come out of your comfort zone and address some things. So next week we'll have Maurice Griffin on with "Prove Me I'm Yours," and then the week after that we have two phenomenal young ladies coming out of the city of Philadelphia. They'll actually be here in the studio with us. Yeah.
You see my eyes?
Yeah. And then we'll be featuring their song, I believe, "Closer to Me," and that's by Moni and Meeks out of Philadelphia. So just stay connected with us. Tune in. We're here every Saturday at 7 p.m. You can catch us on Facebook Live at Bringing Lyrics to Life. You can catch us on Podbean and also on Anchor. And shout outs again to our sponsors, Anchor, for taking us to the next level with the podcast and being able to reach another different type of audience. Listen, we thank y'all for tuning in on tonight. We encourage you to please stay connected, like, share our page, share this podcast, and definitely go and download Cameron J. Dude is phenomenal. He is an awesome writer. He's very diverse in his sound and his lyrical content. But tonight we specifically spotlighted the song titled "Petty," Petty, petty, just like that. Some of y'all are petty. Amen. And tonight we kept it petty. So definitely, please download that song, listen to the lyrics, and again, seriously, real talk. If you find yourself agreeing, take it to the altar. Amen. Listen, we thank y'all for tuning in. We hope to see you back here again next week, Saturday, 7 p.m. sharp. Bringing Lyrics to Life, where we take everyday music and correlate it to everyday life. We appreciate y'all. Peace.
Thank y'all for showing up.